What's up YouTube, it's X-Man 1991. I am back with another video. I know everybody had a devastated weekend after hearing about the death of Jason David Frank, and it still hurts. Just can't believe it. This man is definitely going to be missed by many people. All his fans, his friends, his family members. Still can't believe it. My Sunday was going good until I heard about this news. On the other hand, I don't know about this team. I feel like this team's season is done. I feel like the Rockets' season is done. I don't know about you guys, but I damn sure miss baseball. But God always tells me to always have faith in your favorite teams, whether they win or lose. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue having faith in my favorite teams, whether they win or lose. So, without further ado, in the good words of my man Spitz389. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sports topic, and today we're going to talk some football. Houston Texan football. Let's go ahead and do a recap of this past Sunday's NFL game between the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans. Before I get into that, I want to know, why did they change their name from the Washington Redskins to the Washington Commanders? Let me see. All right, the reason why the Washington Commanders, they changed their name to the Commanders, is because they've been called the Washington Redskins for decades, since the 1930s. And that name received criticism since the 1960s. And for years they have been asking that team to change their name. Even Dan Snyder, who has owned the team since 1999, refused to change the name despite lawsuits filed against the franchise pointing out that it prompted systemic racism. Wow. Yeah, they've been called the Washington Commanders since February 2nd of this year. Well, it is what it is. Texans got embarrassed in the first half. They didn't score shit in the first quarter while giving up a touchdown. Then they didn't score shit in the second quarter while giving up 13. So it's Commanders 20, Texans nothing at halftime. Texas made a comeback in the second half, outscoring the Commanders by kicking a field goal. After the third quarter, Commanders 20, Texans 3. Texans outscored the Commanders by a touchdown while they kicked the field goal, but it was not enough, as they would fall to the Washington Commanders 23-10. The Commanders are now 6-5, as the Texans have 1 win, 8 losses, and 1 tie. Let's see. Texans have 7 games left. This Sunday they go to the 305 to take on the Dolphins. Sunday, December 4th, they take on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. I can't wait to see what the fans' reaction is going to be when Deshaun comes back here. Then I can't wait for December 11th when the Texans goes up against them Cowboys. December 18th, they take on the Chiefs. Christmas Eve against the Titans. New Year's Day, taking on the Jaguars. And January 8th, a rematch against the Colts. Speaking of them Cowboys, let's go ahead and do a recap of them as they win against the Minnesota Vikings. The Cowboys killed this whole game. They outscored the Vikings by 7 in the first quarter, 10-3. Then they outscored them by 13 in the second quarter. At halftime, Cowboys 23, Vikings 3. Cowboys outscored the Vikings by 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. After 3, Cowboys 37, Vikings 3. Cowboys outscored the Vikings by kicking a field goal in the fourth quarter. Final score: Dallas Cowboys 40, Minnesota Vikings 3. The Cowboys are now 7-3 as the Vikings fall 8-2. The Cowboys will face the Giants on Thanksgiving Day. Then they got the 27th off. December 4th against taking on the Colts. December 11th taking on my Texans. Who y'all think is going to take the cake? Who's going to be 4-3? The Cowboys or the Texans? The Texans beat the Cowboys in 2002. The Cowboys beat the Texans in 2006, 2010, and 2014. The Texans beat the Cowboys twice in 2018. So it's a tie between these two. I can't wait to see who becomes 4-3. Feels like 2002 all over again. The first time these two face off. December 18th, they take on the Jaguars. Christmas Eve, a rematch taking on the Eagles. December 29th, my granny's birthday, taking on the Titans. And January 8th, against the team that beat my Texans this Sunday, the Washington Commanders. Here's a quick recap of this past Sunday's game between the Houston Rockets and the defending NBA champs, the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors beat the Rockets by 7, 127-120. The Warriors are now 8-9 as the Rockets fall 3-14. Klay Thompson was the player of the game with 41 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Steph Curry needed 4 more rebounds to go with a triple-double. The Lakers beat the Spurs on Sunday, 123-92. Lakers are now 5-10 as the Spurs fall 6-12. Austin Reeves was the player of the game with 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Anthony Davis needed 8 more assists to go with a triple-double. Russell Westbrook needed 6 more rebounds to go with a triple-double. The Heat lost to the Cavaliers 113-87. Darius Garland was the player of the game with 25 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists. Cedi Osman needed 7 more assists to go with a triple-double. Evan Mobley needed 5 more assists to go with a triple-double. And now the Heat lost to the Timberwolves last night, 105-104. The Timberwolves are now 9-8 as the Heat fall 7-11. Of course, the player of the game was Karl Anthony Towns with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. Bam Adebayo needed 5 more assists to go with a triple-double. So, I give the Commanders credit because they came to play. Congratulations to the Cowboys for destroying the Minnesota Vikings. I give the Warriors credit for beating my Rockets because they are the defending champs. And I give the Cavaliers their props too, and the Timberwolves because they came to play. Especially the Cavaliers without the presence of LeBron. I don't know what the hell is going on with my Texans and my Rockets. It seems like they're not even trying anymore. If the Rockets did not blow that lead on Friday, they would have beaten the Pacers. And they blew their opportunity to beat the defending NBA champs on Sunday. I'm happy the Lakers got the job done taking on the Spurs. Tonight, the Lakers goes up against the Suns. Tomorrow and Black Friday, the Heat has a rematch taking on the Wizards. The Rockets don't have a game until Black Friday. And they'll be going up against the Hawks, or they're taking on the Hawks. Then they got another game on Saturday taking on the Thunder. So Rockets, Heat, and Texans, keep y'all heads up, get y'all shit together, and get yourselves ready for y'all next game. And congratulations to the Cowboys and the Lakers. That's going to wrap up my recap of this past Sunday's games between the Texans, the Commanders and the Texans, the Cowboys and the Vikings, the Warriors and the Rockets, the Spurs and the Heat, and the Spurs and the Lakers, and the Heat and the Cavaliers. If you're new here, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell for my next Lakers, Rockets, Heat, and Cowboys rant. I think I should add my playlist: Texans, Rockets, Astros, and Longhorns and Cowboys. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comment down below. I'll be back later. Or better yet, I can do this right now. A tribute reaction to Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger versus the White Ranger. Go Los Angeles Lakers. Go Miami Heat. Go Dallas Cowboys. And as always, go Houston Texans. And go Houston Rockets.